Welcome to the Mere Nonsense Podcast, where we are your hosts, Brad, Billy, and Z, and we have a special guest with us. Uh, would you like us to say your full name,
Sure.
or?
You could do both. You could do both.
Jesus is our buddy from way back in elementary school.
Hello.
And
Second grade, I think.
okay, so you
Yeah.
guys have known each other longer. I met both of you in fourth grade.
I remember one of my first interactions was Jesus. Was I went up to him and I said, "Hey, Zeus," and he was like, "The fuck is that supposed to mean?" And I'm just like, "Hey, Zeus, your name's Jesus. That's kind of Zeus is
Okay,
kind
so the fucked up part is because I transferred to the school and I didn't know English. So that was not my first language, so it's actually really hard communicating with Brad
like-
and Crosby and Nip Plotsky and all of them. Yeah.
yeah.
My first
Jesus,
encounter with Jesus, because you didn't have Miss Ansel, did you?
No.
No, okay.
Mm.
So my first encounter with you was recess when we had Foursquare, and you and Tony were like holding you were holding Foursquare hostage because you would be king or he would be king, and then you'd be like, okay, so like king can make their own rules or whatever, and you would always like you would take the ball to the corner of someone's square and just let it drop twice.
Tiny Tim, you let it drop really quickly.
Listen. There was everybody stays smaller than me, okay? Besides my PP.
There we go.
Man, Foursquare was my shit. I love that, but whoever was king, it was bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Because so the one you're talking about, like you'd say like Tiny Tim, and then you'd be able to just drop it.
Drop it in the
Yep.
Yep.
I think you did one where like you had to bring it into the middle, and then you say something, and then everyone has to touch it, and last one it touches is out.
You know who always pissed me off on that though, and who always killed me? Michael Madden. That asshole always took me out, and it was always him.
All
If
the
you're hearing me,
time.
Michael, it was always you.
Yeah. And then Tony, I just remember he loved whipping that fucking ball, dude. Like he was always whipping that. And then like people were either scared or they just weren't fast enough to like stop it.
Billy, why do you
I
do
know.
this?
It's not me.
Every time Billy takes a
Not
sip of
me.
his water, he gets blurry.
I was blurry before the sip. I used the sip to cover
Wow.
it up.
We have a couple ongoing things on the podcast that are a year old, and that's one of them.
Yeah. The other one is
I think
Brad's favorite movie, Open House.
Yes, open house.
You can't
So-
I
ever
think
forget
this
that
one might actually be
Jesus.
Zeus' fault.
We have like accidentally become like a horror movie podcast where that's like the majority of shit we've talked about.
Or video
Okay.
games.
Or video
Okay.
games.
Okay.
And there's a movie on Netflix called Open House. I highly recommend it. Because it's terrible. You should definitely watch it.
Because
a
it's
waste-
terrible.
yeah, it's a waste of time. Go watch it, please.
Okay.
But what we noticed that it wasn't even that we freshly watched it or anything, but we just kept mentioning it, and now we're just on probably like a 30 episode streak of mentioning it in every fucking podcast.
Yeah.
The move. This got a 3.3 out of 10. 13,
I'm surprised it's that high.
Yeah, that's
That's generous.
honorable as fuck. Like,
13% in Rotten Tomatoes.
okay, but you
surprised
know,
it's that high.
I guess it's deserved just because it's already getting a sequel.
Well, is it? It's supposed to, but is it?
Ah,
I feel like Netflix is
if
just
it's gonna
leave
go
it there.
through with it, I don't know, maybe, who knows? But
I'll pick it up. But speaking of
We'll be able to stream it
Madden,
on Peacock.
let's get Madden. Let's go find some like abandoned mansion and we can film it.
Film it ourselves.
Yeah,
while playing Foursquare.
It'll be the podcast. the
playing
Mere Nonsense
Foursquare.
Productions.
That's how it opens up. It's just like a
That's-
faraway
Just
shot
four
of a
people.
playground, people playing Foursquare.
No, it's got to be so like in the beginning it's just us as like kids, so we got to find 4 kids. Okay,
Yeah.
not being weird, but we got to find 4 kids.
It's easy for
And have
Billy
I
to
players-
got
do.
one that can replace Brad. He's about the same height as him too.
We'll put it playing Foursquare, and then it just turns into us as adults next to like this old ass house.
It's like some it shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this
Exactly.
is
We'll-
actually
we'll-
gonna be
we'll-
our seance.
Okay.
You know,
So-
because why not?
Every-
we want some
every
demons
sa-
in this bitch too.
Every seance needs like some type of like wording
Oh, so
ritual.
the
Foursquare itself is
is
gonna be
like
the seance. Yeah.
that's like like the demon circle.
Yep.
Jesus fuck.
Yo, this could be yo, let's call the movie Foursquare.
I was just looking that up. There is a movie called Foursquare that came out in 2013.
No
Oh, we-
fucking way, dude.
Yeah.
Is it a
Except
horror
this-
movie though?
No,
it a horror?
well, it is. It's a
Safe.
fantasy horror thriller, but it's about a surfer dude / secret investment banker, and I guess there's a drug dealer that fails to make good on their debts with an infamous drug lord.
Hold on, this is fucking wild. You said it's a horror fantasy
Yeah,
thriller?
by 2013.
Yep.
A horror fantasy
There was a short
thriller.
made in 2020 as well.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Fuck. Well, we'll call it Five Square. I don't know.
Foursquare, the Vault of Evil.
Pentagram. Why not?
I
Actually,
mean, we could technically turn it into like a rhombus if you wanted to.
yeah.
It's Foursquare but shifted
Yeah.
slightly.
Yeah. But
Also, before we get too far ahead, do you want to plug yourself, Jesus? You're streaming all that.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow, Brad, that's that's very weird for you to say.
Would you like to plug? Got you, dog.
All right.
we
Nice
got
and
the
shiny
the
for ya.
foxtail or the raccoon tail. Pick your poison.
He's got that Sonic and Tails shit.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm into the cartoon shit.
Billy's just got
Sonic
knuckles.
fans are weird.
Fist him.
Billy's not the Nine-Tailed Fox.
Jesus. Well, everybody, my name is Jesus. I go by One Colony. I am a Twitch streamer and I am partnered on YouTube. Hello. I'm
Colony
not.
with a K. We'll put it
Yeah,
in the title.
Colony with a K. Yeah.
I also did the shout out on my Twitch stream.
Thank you.
We'll
I
also
appreciate
put the
it.
links on our on the video when it comes up.
What's funny is Jesus's streams and videos get more views than all of our shit combined.
Yeah.
So he's actually plugging
No,
us
no,
right
but
now.
that too.
Hey man,
Look, man.
reciprocation, right?
For one viewer that we give him, we'll get like 100 or some shit. Who the fuck knows?
It's an equal trade off.
Exactly. You know, sharing is.
I don't know where we're gonna find the extra 99, but we will. We'll help
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. Just give us like 5
Easy.
years. I mean,
Let me
Consider.
edit this video. I promise you, we'll be good.
Probably gonna disband afterwards too. So no. You might never see those 99.
Oh.
But yeah. So when did you start streaming?
Officially, I started streaming 5 years ago, but I started to be consistent November.
November. Damn.
Okay.
So I took
Okay.
like 2 years off, 3 years off, and then on November I said fuck it. So I went from about 120 followers to today I'm almost at 600
Nice.
from November.
Awesome.
But I transitioned from YouTube to Twitch because I personally like Twitch better. It's more interactive.
Okay. And how much do you usually stream? What'd you say?
I stream 4 days a week, so from Monday through Thursday, starting at 7 p.m.
Because like anytime I hear about someone streaming, like I instantly think about how Billy went hard as fuck for the first year he started streaming.
Jesus, dude.
Like like there should be some sort of like I don't
Limit?
know. Huh? Yeah, no.
Which should report half my shit for personal abuse for how
Oh.
long I was streaming.
when we say that this guy streams 24/7, like I'm almost not
Mm-mm.
exaggerating. The second that he was done with work, he would turn on his stream. So he works, Monday through Friday, whatever, 9 to 4.
8 to 4.
8 to 4, right? 9 to 5. So he works a 9 to 5, right? After that, he would stream until about like 2 in the morning, go to sleep, wake up, and then on weekends, the second he wakes up, he would stream for like 18 hours and then go to sleep and then wake up and stream again.
Yeah, see, I can't do that because then my wife would divorce me. But
Single life, so.
then
Yeah, and then he didn't get much out of it besides our participation award that we never made for him.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah. I think I had
I mean-
a consistent 15 subs.
He's gotten raided
That's-
before too, right?
Oh, I've got a bunch of raids. There was a time where I was pulling in like around 100 people a stream. But that was about the time that I was starting to get burnt out. So my streams started getting shoddy. I started, skipping days. until eventually I just like stopped streaming entirely for 6 months.
Mhm.
I
Fair
think I
enough.
stopped like on the day that I started. So I went for a whole year of streaming every day for most of the day,
I
and then
blame
stopped for
Conqueror's
six
Blade.
months. Yeah, Conker's Blade. I mean, they're the ones that got me the most of the views, though. I was getting, 80, 90 views. I was getting rated by top content creators for the game and all that.
So why'd
See
you get
that?
burnt out?
Huh?
Why'd you get burnt out?
I just wasn't doing anything but streaming. I mean, it was work and then stream. And then
Mhm.
I just got tired of people popping in my stream when I'd be playing I'd be playing games for the first time, and they'd be like, "Oh, you gotta go here and do this, and you gotta, get this weapon, or you gotta choose this dialogue." And I was just at a point where I was getting tired of it, so I took my break. And then, now I
You
just stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 3 hours, and
you
then whenever you do this thing.
you let people backseat you a little too much. I think. I
Hmm.
think you should have probably drawn a line there with that stuff. Because when you're playing a single player game or something, and there's a point where you can ask for help, and it's nice to have the audience interaction.
Yep.
And then there's a fine line where it gets to be too much, and it's just like, let me play the game the way I want to.
Yeah. Yeah, there are people spoiling stuff for me, like, oh, like
Yeah.
you need to fight this boss at this location, and you'll get like these drops. He's gonna attack you like this, and you gotta dodge in this way, or it's getting pretty rough.
And that, my friend, is
Yeah.
why they made this beautiful thing called emote only chat.
True.
For shit like that, bro. I do
Billy
that
Time
sometimes.
didn't have enough emotes though.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I've
guess
got a lot of
you could
emotes
use the
now,
generic ones,
but
but
yeah,
yeah.
I think I've got 8 now.
Do you still use mine? Do you use Cup
Oh
Gang?
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Cup Gang.
That's
So
never
Billy and
leaving.
I started streaming at the same time. And one thing that him and I did together to try to pull in viewers together is we played Bennett Foddy's Getting Over It. Do you know what that is, Jesus?
No, I've never heard of it.
So that's it's a really hard game where you're this dude and you're in like a fucking cauldron, shirtless
Okay.
dude in a cauldron, and you have a pickaxe, and the whole thing is it's momentum, like real physics kind of based, where you try to pull yourself and you're trying to climb this giant obstacle, and there are multiple points where if you fuck up, it sends you right back to the very beginning. And there was a Billy and I considered it kind of like a save point. There was like a Starbucks cup after you get up fucking 100 meters or something, and there was a point where him and I just kept falling back to that single point over and over and over and over again. So then we made up our own emote, Cup Gang. And that's mostly for the people who were there back then and remember that.
Yeah.
An OG emote. I want to see
Yeah.
this emote.
Oof.
I don't have it saved anymore, but that's up to Billy.
I mean, it's in my
all of my
like,
streaming
chat.
shit is gone. That's all on an old hard drive that I have somewhere. It's just not here.
It was like my first emote too. Brad made it. Plus, you put the little control plus R on the cup.
Oh yeah. There was so the getting the viewers part was anytime that we would get a follower,
Mhm.
we would reset the game because you could just control R and it would reset the game. So anytime someone, so we did a thing where a race to, him and I were trying to get affiliate together, and we just kept getting followers because people would come in, and they'd be like, "Hey, how's it going? You want me to follow?" And I'm like, "Yes, but no. I'm actually really fucking far right now." So then people will build up, the viewers will build up. We get 10, 15 at a time, and then they'd wait until you get to a certain point, and then they'd make you, then they follow and make you, yeah.
So if I was an asshole, I would follow and then unfollow and then refollow.
There is a timer on that, I think. If I were to unfollow you right now and refollow you, you won't get a notification unless I do it after, call it 5 days or something. But fuck that. I would notice the name. What I would do if I was an asshole is I'd make multiple accounts.
I was about to say that's the next thing I have. I have 3 accounts, bro.
Right. I got some vaults, bro.
That's what's up. We were.
But
I sorry, I was gonna cut on a side note because I just stumbled upon it before the podcast, but I don't know if you guys have seen this trailer called Routine. It's a horror game that came off of the summer show. I think that was called.
Is it on Steam or is it on Itch?
I think it's on Steam right now for pre-order. Not entirely sure, but I mean, the trailer looks pretty interesting. It's kind of got a Dead Space feel to it, and it's supposed to
Oh.
be first person.
Oh, it does.
Sci-fi
it was
horror.
Summer Games Fest.
Yeah, that's what it was called.
So
But
I'm not sure if you guys know. So my YouTube is like is 70% based off of like horror games.
Yeah.
And there's this one that I saw that I felt was really good. Hold on, let me find it real quick.
But yeah, this Routine one was it looks interesting, honestly. I mean, it's supposed to be first person. You're in a lunar base, and they get a lot of I don't know, inspiration from the 80s sci-fi movies. You kind of get a feel of it like Alien when this in the trailer he brings up this sort of like scanner or whatever, but
Mhm.
it looks interesting,
it-
honestly.
Do you play Phasmophobia, Jesus?
I did, and then it didn't get scary to me anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
That-
I have fun. Like, it's scary, quote unquote, when you're the guy who buys everything, and you're playing on like Nightmare or something, and you're like, shit, I don't want to fucking die.
All the
That's
shit I
the
just
scary
bought.
part now. But yeah, it
So
gets
here-
old really.
So with Phasmophobia, it got really old for me real quick, and a lot of streamers like that I'm friends with want me to play, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I talked to, I'm not sure, are you guys familiar with like this platform called Itch.io?
Yes, ish.
So essentially what it
That's-
is, it's a website that allows like beginning developers to like put their games out.
Yeah.
And so us as streamers can try to support them and play new games and see if it's good or not. And we kind of rate it for them. And if it's worth it, we upload it on our channels, whatever. The one that really got to me is a game called Exitari, EXCITARI. And essentially it's the same thing as Phas. However, at the end, you have to exercise the ghost that you find. So that
Okay.
made a plot twist to the game. But there's 3 types of exorcisms. There's one to where like you have to hold like the Bible, and you have to, one person has to chant, while the other people have to try to make the ghost like not come near that person who's chanting.
Okay.
That
I-
made a twist to the game.
I do wish Faz had different goals or like
Mhm.
different things that you could like. So they added cursed objects, but that doesn't change most of the base game.
Yeah.
It's just like kind of like a fun addition to it. I've always thought, something like that where you have to do something extra to get out of there or whatever. Like I think that they should have a mode where like past nightmare mode where you don't escape with your shit unless you get your shit back. So
Yeah.
you have to actually go in and get your camera, get your sensors, get all that stuff. I think that add like a little spice to it. That'd be pretty fun.
So I was talking to an actual developer for one of the games, which unfortunately I can't tell you guys. But he's making a game just like Phas. However, he's going to have the same concept as Phas, but you being able to revive a teammate
Yeah.
or your part, like one of your teammates, and the revival process has to do with like inside, like in the map, there's like a syringe, and if you find a syringe, you're able to
Oh.
revive that person, and they still have like the capability of bringing their stuff back.
Yeah.
Oh,
They added tarot cards.
Yeah, they
And-
did, which I thought that was
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's like a
one's
little-
an auto kill, and then one is you can get
Auto
res.
revive.
Yeah.
Auto
But
revive or
that,
self revive.
yeah, but that's a random chance that you
Yep.
get tarot cards, so it's not guaranteed to be on every
And
map.
it's a random chance you can pull that card.
Yeah. So another thing, and I think Billy and I have talked about this before, is I want to be able to do something as the ghost when you die. Because right now you just kind of walk around and you can throw
Do
like
nothing. Yep.
you
And you can
throw
pick
shit
up
around.
objects that aren't like mission related and throw them, but you can't like they can't pick you up uh on the EMF reader. Like if you do something, I think the motion sensor picks you up,
It does,
but
It does.
they
but the
can't hear
motion
you
sensor
on
picks
like
everything
the
up though.
yeah they can't hear you on the
Spirit box.
spirit box or
I'd like to be able to talk to the spirit box, or well, I mean, like that'd be nice, but I want to like a goal as a
Or
ghost too,
like
like
move
something
a,
I can do.
like help find the like where the
spawning room
ghost
or
is.
something.
Yeah, so like
Well,
you're able to like move the doors,
yeah,
or like every so often, instead of like picking up random shit, you're able to like pick up something and like make marks or something to kind of explain where it is. Like that would be cool. I think that would be
Writing
a
in
little
the
bit better.
journal.
Yeah.
what we started doing is
Everybody
picking
will
up
just draw
cups.
dicks.
100%. We started like picking up cups and like dropping them in
Just
front of
dropping
the survivor, like whoever's alive, and then try to lead them to the ghost room. Like we started
Yeah.
doing that ourselves. Um,
So
But,
how
yeah,
how would that work as opposed to just turning it into like an asymmetrical game where you can
Um,
actually be the ghost? There's one player that plays the ghost the entire round, you know?
But what do
I
you mean?
mean,
Like
so
as like the bad ghost or just
Yeah,
like
yeah. So like
oh,
what you guys are
that'd
saying,
be
yeah,
asymmetrical.
like sure, what either you die, what Brad was saying, if you die, you can have the option of helping out the ghost or whatever, or
No,
would
how about the people alive?
oh
Help
Yeah.
them find out what the ghost
oh
is.
Yeah, so
gotcha.
Yeah.
I would say Faz would, I think Faz would go down if they went that route, because a lot of people get tired of that, and like first of all, matchmaking, if the person from the ghost disconnects or leaves,
Oh yeah,
then that's kind of like end game right there. And
right.
Well,
second, like
we play Dead by Daylight, so
yeah, so that's also one of the biggest things. So there's like specific people who play like Friday the 13th or DBD, but they don't want that in Faz. Like they like that like
Yeah.
teamwork versus
yeah.
Right.
NPC
AI
experience.
entity.
Now, so that actually gives me an idea then. But you have a person who starts off as the ghost, but you're on the good side, and you try
Trying
to
to
help
protect
them
them.
from the afterlife or some shit, to help build things up. So that'd be cool.
Yeah.
They have their own set of like objectives that they can do to help lead the living, find out what the ghost is or whatever the goal may be. Now there is a game that we played a while back called Labyrinthine. Have you heard of that?
I have.
Labyrinthine,
I've
Labyrinthine?
played it. Yeah, I played up to the third stage.
I love that game.
That game was really
We
It's
good.
a lot of
So
fun.
we played.
Yeah, that game was really good.
Was it 3? They just came out with the 4th, I think, but we were up to 3.
No, I think we were
No.
out at 2 and they came out with the third one.
Yeah, third one is out and they're releasing a new like
Okay.
area.
Because so there's that catacombs thing where you have like that fucking butcher
The-
guy that like
The
follows you
pig,
around.
yeah.
Yeah. And then there was the hedge
The
maze.
maze.
That was brilliant because I didn't know. So the 3 of us were playing together and we got separated, and we didn't know that was gonna fucking happen. And so did you play solo or did you play with friends?
I played with friends and that shit sucked because the monsters didn't scare me, bro. Those stupid ducks that come out of the maze. That's the shit that scared me the most. And it was a stupid picture, bro. Like it was horrible.
So I really like puzzle games, and Labyrinthine is like a really good balance of like that.
Puzzle and horror.
But so the one kind of horror game that I've always enjoyed is like Alien or even like Slenderman, where you constantly have someone following you. I would like a Labyrinthine map where you do have something slowly following you, and if you focus too much on one spot, like that pig kind of did that, but he was on a like he was already mapped out, and he would just go between those spots. I would like to be constantly pursued by something, and if you focus on one thing for too long, he catches up to you, and then you have to get out of
Yeah.
touch.
The like one of the horror games that I really like. So at first I really liked Pacify, but Pacify got I'm not sure. Have you ever played that before?
I watched I think
I've
like
heard of it.
Markiplier played or something.
So Pacify is to where like you have to collect like X amount of a specific item that you have to find throughout a house or a farm, whatever, and you have to burn or like sacrifice that item before like a monster gets you. So the monster's trying to kill you while you're trying to get those items.
Yeah.
So just like Phasmophobia though, it got really repetitive. Now, I'm pretty sure, have you guys ever heard of Devour?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Okay,
the
so
same thing.
yeah, so Devour is exactly the same thing, but it added new concepts to it. So that's one of my favorites, honestly. Like they keep getting better and better with the
Yeah.
production of that game.
I was gonna ask how you like Devour because I know you had a couple.
I really like Devour. Labyrinthine, I have a bunch of videos on that on YouTube. Devour, I also as well. I just haven't that new map. I've played once and it's fantastic. If you guys haven't played
Is
it,
it
by the way.
okay?
It's fantastic.
Now, it's kind of interesting that you brought up itch.io because I had never heard of this until there was a TikTok that I saw and I sent it to these two chuckleheads for a game. Oh, what was that game called? It was just like a short single player game where every time you get out of a car, it kind of like resets you and you learn a little bit more of the story, but it ends. And I know you guys don't watch my TikToks that I send you guys, so
You know, I'd like to clarify that I would if you weren't sending like 30 every day. You know.
I
Brad
watched the
sends
one
more
from
than me.
today. No, I don't. I watched the one from today or yesterday. Whenever the last one you said, I watched that one.
I just met you, so I can't watch it.
Right. But so Billy will give us a lot, and I'll try to catch up with him, and I really do try, but sometimes he just sends too much, and I don't fucking care. And you like there is a good 50-50 shot that I've already seen it too.
Mhm.
But like the one you sent that it was a horror game, right?
Yeah.
I think I saw a trailer for that in the past before too. Oh,
But
and
that
it's a fucking Sons of the Forest. That's what it is.
So,
Oh no, Sons of the Forest was a different one.
No,
That's
that's
one
the one
that
I'm talking about.
that's
Though.
one that's coming out in like this year that they're like, hey, like we've got a
It's a
date for
survival.
it. No, the one that I was talking about, I found it and it's only on itch.io. It's not on
Yeah.
Steam. I just wish there was a way that I could look at my downloads because I don't have the folder for it anymore.
I'm
it's
I'm
gonna be a
really
zip folder.
into I'm really into Binding of Isaac, and the guys that stream Binding of Isaac go to itch.io and get like a bunch of the roguelike developers to like sponsor the videos and shit, and you know
Called
they
Rot.
back and forth. Rot.
Dude, yeah,
Right.
itch.io is like one of the best ways to figure out like new types of games or like development of major games, because actually Phasmophobia was on there before it actually came onto Steam.
Is that where half of those fucking hentai games come from?
Half,
I
you
don't
mean all?
I don't go to that dark side. But if you want to explore yourself, Bradley, feel free.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
gotta
the
find some new
game-
content. Let me look.
The game is called Rot Purgatory Hill, and it's inspired by the Silent Hill series.
That's a good one. I mean, there's a lot. So Exatari is also on there. Santa's Cookies is also a good one. It's a horror game. Yeah, they have a lot of and that's actually, so Billy, that's actually like a really good way to pull in new viewers in either Twitch from just chatting horror
Mhm.
or 100% YouTube. Because if you talk to the developers themselves, they actually help you.
Yeah.
If you actually help them.
Damn, Rot's been out for 3 years.
Who?
Rot.
The Purgatory one?
Yeah, I mean,
That's it.
fucking Markiplier put up a video with it 3 years ago. So
Did he?
did another guy named CJU Games. So
Oh,
Some of these games that have so much
This-
potential don't make it.
do any of you guys watch Markiplier?
not anymore.
He
No.
does 3 scary games as his like
Mhm.
big series now, where he just plays 3 mini horror games. He's played fucking all of these on itch.io. He's done
yeah.
all of this shit.
A lot of the
That's-
major YouTubers do that. Like I watch Dashy Games, he does that. Run JD Run does that.
Jacksepticeye started doing that.
Jacksepticeye starts doing that. Yep.
Okay.
Can we just talk about? Did you ever play when Brad brought up the Slender Man game. So I completely forgot about that game until he brought it up again.
Yeah, Slenderman is. I've played the entire like I beat it from start to finish. They even have it on VR, like VR
Yeah.
chat.
No shit.
They have it there. Yeah, it's actually pretty dope.
I would enjoy a lot of these horror games in VR. Like I want to play Faz in VR. I bet that adds a whole new experience to it.
So
Right.
if you guys never knew, so VR chat obviously like they offer like worlds to play on, and there's a lot of games that resonate from Steam on there.
Yeah.
So another one that's really good that is also on VR chat is Emily Wants to Play.
I love the game.
Seen
I
that.
hate that game. I
know you
fucking
do.
I
know you
really do. I fucking have a fear of porcelain dolls. Like it's
Oh
no
my
joke.
God.
Yeah, and
Do you
when I
remember
reached
Megan
400,
Beckway?
I do.
Were you
Continue
ever at
story.
her
I want
house?
to say that in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue that story. Go ahead.
So if you guys ever watched like the beginning of my Twitch, like a little video plays, and that was the first time. That was the day that I had. So August 6th of 2021. Okay. That was the day that I put it on my YouTube channel, and I fucking threw this mouse, well, the mouse before this, across my room. Okay. And I've never seen a mouse split into two. Like this was split into two, like totally split into two because of the stupid dolls that fucking come up in that damn game. And I don't recommend it for any of you doll haters out there, but
Brad, don't you love
I-
dolls?
It's the Raggedy Ann and Andy doll.
Mm,
Scared
mm.
me.
Yeah.
I grew up with Raggedy Ann doll. Like my mom had a Raggedy Ann doll. That thing
no, sir.
terrified me. So I get nightmares. Or I used to get nightmares quite often. Now I get night terrors, which are basically kind of like sleep paralysis, but you can move around, but you're still in the dream.
Yeah.
And I used to get night terrors about like I would like be awake and I would see like Raggedy Ann in my dream, and I would think it's 100% real because I'm technically sleeping still,
No,
and
bro.
I'd like fucking freak out, and then finally I'd wake up and then the doll would be gone. And it's just what the fuck.
Hell no, bro. I
But-
would burn my couch, whatever the fuck is around me to make me feel that dream. I would.
The reason why I ask about
Mm.
Megan Beckway is she has a room dedicated to only porcelain
Hell no.
dolls, bro. You
Hell
walk
no.
in,
I would
and
burn her house.
all of the walls
No.
covered in just shelves of fucking dolls.
Does she watch this shit? Does she?
No,
Probably
I,
not.
No.
I haven't talked to her in 15 years.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, Megan, if you ever watch this shit, I will burn your house. If hell no.
Yeah, that shit was fucking wild, dude. And like
Illinois, man, burns down.
the worst part is like that I don't think I've ever seen that room lit up either. So like all the
Oh no,
light
she
that I'm
never
getting
turned that
into
fucking
that
light on.
yeah, all the light that you're getting into that room is from the hallway to make it's just even creepier. Yeah.
Oh, but okay, the thing for me though is her and I have the same layout house. So like we have so we're not in like a cookie cutter neighborhood, but there are about like 6 or 7 different types of houses, and like every 6 or 7 house is the same. So
Hmm.
her and I live in the same neighborhood, and her bedroom with the porcelain dolls is where my bedroom fucking was.
If you would have kept looking, you would have seen a voodoo doll of you.
No, I wouldn't have been looking. I would have moved.
Right.
I would have moved. No.
Fuck that shit.
Uh,
Do you ever go into phases of just watching like I guess quote unquote ghosts caught on tape or like poltergeist or whatever?
yeah.
Jesus.
Say that question one more time.
Do you ever go into phases where you just watch videos on YouTube of like people ghost hunting pretty much?
So I watch Ghost Adventures like religiously.
Okay.
What up, my mom?
Okay, there like what I'm trying to refer to is there's this YouTube, not even a YouTuber, TikToker, that I watched like a couple years back, and the dude, he lives in I think I don't know, like maybe in Arab country, I'm not sure, but he would go to abandoned homes, and he would try to like pray throughout the house, and like he would just start hearing noises, right? And then in a lot of instances, you would see him, he's filming the hallway and he sees the door close on him. This motherfucker charges at the door, Sparta kicks that bitch open, and makes sure there's no one in the room. Like,
He doesn't run away. He runs towards it, that's why I like his videos.
right. This
Didn't
dude
you
is
send us a video of that,
insane.
Doozy?
Yeah, wait, can you?
I
Yeah, I
probably-
want to.
Okay, I'll
send
look
it
it
to us
up.
in the-
But yeah, it's fucking wild, man. Like once I saw those, I was so hooked on his videos after that, and like, thankfully they put his stuff up on YouTube because at that time I just didn't give a fuck about TikTok. But yeah, those.
Yeah.
Now he's religiously watching them.
No.
I don't follow this guy on TikTok, but I get a lot of his videos. He lives in this really creepy, like the house itself has a really weird layout. I don't even know how to describe it like to you guys. So the layout of the house makes it just a little bit creepier. But like place is like completely fucking haunted. And it could be, you know, everything staged or whatever, but the way he stages it out or the way it works out, like it's actually pretty fucking creepy. And he has like, so now on TikTok they have like playlists of like similar type videos. It's like 300 fucking videos of this place, and all of them, like I was like 3 a.m. one time scrolling through this shit. I'm like, you know, looking
Watched
into
all
the corner
300.
of my room, like fuck, dude.
In your closet.
And then actually, yeah,
one
no,
of my
go
night
ahead.
terrors. One of my night terrors is seeing like eyes in my closet, like something looking back at me, or like feeling like something's looking back at me. So one of the big things about my night terrors used to be bugs. Like I used to think that there were bugs crawling on me because I just fucking hate insects, you know. Spiders terrify me, you know. So I'd always think that. But now, new fear. My bed is facing my fucking closet, and we keep the closet doors open for whatever goddamn reason. And I always think something's in there, and oh god.
So
Go ahead.
I know how to resolve that issue.
Close the damn
Um,
doors.
Leave.
Throw away your doors.
Right.
That way it'll always be open.
So I am buying a house in a week, actually, and I am just terrified of how I'm gonna feel for the first month being in like just a house, you know, like because like I mean like the house you grew up in, right? Like you hear the house like the creaks and you get used to it and you're just like, oh, you know, that's the pipes, that's whatever. I'm moving into a new fucking house. And now the actual fear of people being able to break in is gonna add on top of that.
Yeah, and not to make you scared or anything, but they also may have a key. They also may know how to unlock a specific door. They might have a.
Well, we're gonna replace all of the fucking locks day one.
Okay.
That's what we did.
Yeah, we're gonna replace all the locks. We're getting a security system. We actually, our insurance, we got quoted with a security system like added, so we're gonna have to get one anyways if we want our cheap insurance rate. So we're gonna get that, and then like a Ring doorbell or whatever too. So, oh, is this the guy?
Yeah, it was one of his videos. I couldn't find exactly who the TikToker was, but there's a
Well,
bunch
you
of...
and I used to watch those on YouTube.
Yeah, we would find it through like Nuke's Top 5 or some other shit, but
Oh, that's true.
yeah, Nuke's Top
Number
5.
15.
Yeah, that one
Burger
guy.
King foot lettuce.
The Glizzy Globler.
The last thing you want in your lettuce is a foot. Hate that guy. I fucking hate that guy. He's so funny.
Absolutely love that stupid voice, man.
And so he has a TikTok, and that's how his voice just sounds. Like he just talks like.
I mean, so going back to your house thing, like, I mean, a smaller house would be easier to, you know, not be afraid of, especially if you're scared of ghosts or whatever. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Smaller house, but the way the house is laid out, it's kind of like a Z. So living room, kitchen, dining room, kitchen area, actual kitchen, living room, bedroom, and you know, there's a lot of doors in that hallway and shit. And if I hear something, you know, like I'm just picturing looking in the hallway and seeing something run
Look, all you
to
gotta
the other
do,
half of that Z, you know?
all you gotta do is put a like giant ass mirror at the end of the hallway.
Kara
So much to
wants to fucking put a mirror in that hallway, and I'm
Aw,
like, no!
fuck.
do the mirror strat.
I hate it.
There's
That's-
the Hispanic strategy is you just put a bunch of crosses everywhere.
Yeah, right.
They're freaking out when
That
the cross
didn't
is
work
flipped
in La
upside down.
Llorona.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. You ever have any paranormal experiences, Jesus?
Hell no. if I came close to one, bro, I got the fuck out. That's not me.
What?
I'm not the type to sit there and be like,
Come
oh, what's this?
on, bro.
No,
So
sir.
fun, though.
No,
Dog, come on.
absolutely not.
You play Phasmophobia. You should be okay by now.
No,
Yeah.
no.
You watch Ghost Adventures. You're fine.
Exactly.
Here,
You
have
know,
you ever-
you know what to do now.
Curiosity kills Mexicans. Okay?
Alright, but like,
You don't have
Satisfaction
any-
brings it back. All right.
You don't have any stories of like finding like a porcelain doll just laying around in
shit.
your house somewhere that
head
wasn't there
turns around.
before?
So I'll tell you this. So it's not that it was haunted, okay, but in our house, me and my wife, she had like this one porcelain doll that I don't know why the fuck she kept, but I really hated it, so we just kind of like threw it somewhere, and I was like, all right, this is where it's gonna stay. And so she decided to fuck with me, not knowing that she was fucking with me. And one day I come out of the bathroom, right? And all of a sudden it's just right there looking at me on the fucking hallway. I'm like, all right.
Oh,
So
fuck.
someone's got jokes now, but my wife wasn't home. So,
Oh, shit.
yeah, my wife wasn't home. So after that being said, all right, I'm gonna go put it back upstairs, whatever. So the next day I come upstairs, bro, and it's like on the fucking kitchen counter. And the first thing that I do is I take it and I full on swing my leg to make sure it goes to the other side of the house, and I go screaming to my wife, and I'm telling her, yo, we need to get rid of this doll. And she
Yeah.
just bursts out laughing, bro, because she knows exactly what she's doing. And for a second, I thought my house was haunted. I really did, but at the end of the day, it was just my wife trying to make me. Yeah, it was just
So-
a full on joke, just like my dad.
How-
It was horrible.
Have you watched Annabelle then?
I have.
How do you feel about like does that scare you? Or
It does. It does.
Okay.
What
It
about Dead
does.
Silence? Dead Silence was the one with the ventriloquist.
That's more like marionettes.
I've never.
but yeah.
I've never
Well,
seen that one.
They,
What if-
no,
what
they're
about,
porcelain
uh,
dolls.
dummies.
Oh, yeah, dummies. Yeah,
Were
yeah.
they porcelain?
No, yeah, they're dummies. They're
but-
dummies. Right.
So, but hold on. So there, if you're the original Annabelle doll though, is a rag doll.
Yeah, that's
Raggedy
Ann.
that's a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, that doesn't scare me. The movie of Annabelle where they tried making it like a porcelain
Yeah.
doll, yeah, that should scare me.
Like with like the little cracked face or whatever.
Yeah. Like
See,
I can go on the dark side of Facebook and see like a guy get beheaded. I would be okay, but like seeing a doll like that does not. no.
That's where you got to draw the line.
Yeah. That's where I tell myself, no, this is not okay.
Fuck, man. Is this even
So how do
real?
you feel about The Boy then? You ever
So
seen
what?
The Boy?
No, I haven't.
The boy's
Brother,
really good.
I gotta tell you,
Boy
brother,
is
if,
pretty
if
good.
if it has a doll on the fucking picture, I will, unless like a friend tells me I want to watch it with you.
It does.
Hell no, I'm not.
It
I'm not.
does. Literally like look up the boy.
This
and
one
the
is a
poster is the
porcelain.
kid sitting in a porcelain doll sitting in a fucking chair. I think.
Have you ever
Yeah.
sat down like on TikTok for 2 hours just scrolling? Right. And
Yeah.
if something uninterests you, you just scroll so fast. That's exactly how I feel.
That's it. No, no, no.
That's exactly how I feel.
No. Fuck that. You got to watch that shit when it pops up.
Mm-mm.
Come on,
Wait a
dog.
second.
So one thing, since you're new to this Discord, we're trying to do movie nights. The majority of our list are horror movie, like watch parties. Like someone will stream it, and we can just watch it in the Discord. So if
Mhm.
you're ever interested, hop on in. We're, let's add the boy to that. If you're gonna come in.
They have Brahms The Boy too. They have a sequel for it. We have to
Yeah.
watch them now.
What's that Discord noise? It's like that, whatever that noise is. If you play, yeah, if you play a fucking doll movie, bro, it's an instant. Nope.
What about like possessions?
Nah, possessions don't scare me.
No.
Possessions
Yeah,
to
the-
a doll
What about
scare
a
me.
doll that is possessed?
Yeah, that will.
We had a buddy who was terrified of Exorcist shit. Actually,
Yeah.
you might remember him.
Nah.
Kevin Munoz, right?
Yeah. I don't think you've
Munoz?
ever met
Yeah.
him. You met him?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
okay.
Hmm? he went to BHS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he's a year younger than us, so I don't know if you
No, he's
I have.
our age.
is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
he
was
was
Charlie that was
terrified
younger.
of Exorcist shit.
Yeah. Oh, dude. So, we used to hang out with him and our old buddy Charlie, and Charlie would always try to terrorize him with like Exorcist stuff, right? So he went out of his way one day to change his Steam profile picture into the Exorcist picture from like the original movie, like back in the fucking 80s or some shit like that.
Mhm.
And he had it on there for a while, and Kevin was avoiding us at all costs because of that. He did not want to see that picture. And then after a while, he actually changed his profile picture, and he like put some fuzzy like puppet or whatever on there, and that was that. But apparently Kevin could still see the Exorcist picture on his profile, and only Kevin. Everyone else was able to see this fucking fuzzy piece of shit out there.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
That's funny.
he was like, "You're doing this on purpose." It's like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about.
But
I wish I was.
Kevin's whole thing was and probably bullshit, but his brother, like, he thought his brother was possessed or some shit, and they needed like an exorcist, or like they did have an exorcist come in or something like that.
The fuck, really?
Yeah, so that's what Charlie told me. I don't know. I never talked to Kevin about that.
Fuck. Well,
Kevin, can you confirm in the
I guess
comments,
he
please?
might
You
have
confirm or deny that your brother was taken over by the devil himself?
Yeah.
And if so, can you just say hashtag
Here,
hashtag double brother?
Right.
here's a Ouija board. You mind like moving your hand with us real quick?
So, I am not like I get scared, like if I'm scrolling through TikTok and there's a bunch of like horror TikToks or something, like I get creeped out. Horror movies do that to me for a little while. I don't like fully believe in that shit. I will not touch a Ouija board. I refuse to, like, I will not bring
So
that
hold
into
on.
my
So if you don't
fucking house.
believe in it, why wouldn't you touch it?
Because there's still that chance,
At the end of the
Like-
day,
like, so-
The
he's-
chance that
he's
you're
got-
wrong.
he's got that Mexican superstition like we do, where we believe that it won't happen, but we're still not gonna get close to it.
I'm not going near that with a 10-foot fucking pole just in case,
You know,
Come on, guys.
majority,
It's fun.
Brett, majority of your people would try to, be curious and do it. So I'm
Oh,
glad
right.
you're just like us. Though.
They're
I
the
am the
reason
guy-
why people split up in movies and die.
I am the dad in horror movies that would straight up be like, "Oh, okay, we're just leaving. I believe you. Bye." Like, that's one trope in fucking horror movies that I don't like, is like the mom or the dad's always just like, "We don't believe you. There's no, I believe you. We're gonna fucking leave until we figure out if it's actually real or not."
I saw a TikTok a while ago where it was something like that, where it's this white chick. She's talking about how she's going to buy a house, and there's like a unexplained door where even the person showing the house is like, I didn't know this was here, and it's like got all kinds of different locks on it, and the guy's like, nope, like, we're getting out of here. And someone in the comments asked, like, is your husband black? Because his suspicion game is on point, and she's like, yep, he sure is.
Oh, nice.
Hey, is Ghost Hunters the one with what's his fucking name? Zachary
Is that that
Bagans
dog?
or some shit like that?
No, Zach
Bagans?
Bagans is from Ghost Adventures.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Which is the one where we tried watching that movie? Z?
That was
Like,
it.
we
That was
tried-
it. Is that it was
was
called
it.
like Demon House or some shit with Zach Bagans, and like
Yeah.
he stayed at this like demon house in Indiana for a whole night. And the funniest shit ever though was like at the end, by the end of the movie, he finally like fucking had some sort of moment with a demon in there or whatever, and it caused him to sort of go blind, and he's like, now because of my interaction with that demon, I have to wear prism glasses because my eye is fucked up now. And
Fuck.
yeah. So
Have you ever seen that Jesus Ghost Demon House?
I feel like I have. Is that the one where he just like starts freaking out?
It's a whole ass movie. This thing's an hour and a half, 2 hours long.
Yeah, yeah. Like at the end, does he like
at the end he
do
does
like this
freak
like
out in his
spaz?
bed, yeah, because he
Yeah,
supposedly
yeah.
sees something right outside the door.
Well, I mean, if he's lying about it, he's very consistent because if you see going forward, like he does have those glasses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I like the Ghost Adventure stuff and like that style, you know. But that one movie, oh god, the amount of times I rolled my fucking eyes just trying to sit through that, I'm just like.
So I'll tell you this. I feel like they do over exaggerate.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I don't like about Ghost Adventures. However, what catches me specifically is how they're able to get in to like very popular areas. So like Pavalia, where like tuberculosis like broke out and started. Alcatraz.
Mhm.
He was researching about Al Capone. And like just him able to be over there and like experience shit is what caught my attention.
Yeah.
That's
My
what
man
caught me.
straight up walking around Chernobyl without a fucking mask or anything, you know?
Yeah, basically.
From this moment forward, I had radiation poisoning, and now I have cancer. You know, like
Jeez.
I just like the filming style of it, like the found footage type shit. Like those like kind of get a little creepy to me. But that one for whatever reason turned me pretty bad.
Now,
But again, I like the shows. Just that one movie. It was just.
I got a question for you guys. So I brought this question here, and I sent it out to my community. I even have it on Twitter right now, and I'm not going to tell you the percentages yet, but I want to hear every single one of your opinion of yes or no and why. Okay. This is going to be the stupidest thing, and I'm sorry, Brad, because I know you're hungry. But
Oh, I'm good. Go for it.
is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
No, it's a taco.
What?
Well, that's false. That's false. I'm gonna tell you why that's false in a second. Zariel, what are you saying? Is a hot dog a sandwich?
I guess. I'll probably go with yeah, just because it's in between bun.
Okay. So
I like these questions and I do them a lot. Is cereal soup?
that's a definite no.
Why isn't it?
Because no, soup.
Milk is the broth.
No, soup has to contain protein.
Does it have to?
Yes. Soup is categorized with broth and protein.
Soup has.
So
What's a
technically-
vegetable. What's a vegetable soup?
So technically speaking, well,
Wait, is it milk protein?
Well, cereal you don't
Isn't
need
a little bit
milk
of
with
protein in
cereal.
milk?
You don't need milk with cereal. You
Yeah,
don't
use
need a
chicken
broth
broth.
with it. There's always a group of people like Billy that just
Use water.
grab a
it
that
puts
too.
it in a bowl and eats it.
Yeah, with his hand. No, and if he does use a utensil, it's usually a fork.
So that's one of the biggest conversations because when they say is cereal soup, people try to fight it saying that, okay, so here, if you guys don't know, in the United States, in order for you to sell milk, it has to go through a process. And that process is when the milk is produced, it has to go to a factory and be boiled over 400 degrees. Anything that is boiled over 350 degrees is considered broth.
Mm.
So milk's
Over
broth.
350 degrees.
Correct.
Well-
Now,
And it's boiled at
however,
400. So milk is a broth.
but cereal, okay, so you're asking is cereal soup, okay? In soup, it categorizes that it has to have some form of protein to be considered soup. Now, have you ever went to a Panera Bread and they asked you, would you like broccoli cheddar or Cheerios? No, because cereal's not fucking soup.
Now, did you come like ready with this argument, or did
Hold
you just
on, though.
fucking
No,
read
because
that on the fly?
I had
he's been
this
battling people.
I had this
while.
conversation for a while.
One
Okay.
cup of cereal, though, any cereal is bound to have at least 11 grams of protein.
So, but hold on. So, as a vegetable soup, not
Vegetables also have proteins, though.
like yeah, okay.
But cereal is not protein. Now they do have now where they are creating. Hold on. They are creating. They are creating protein cereal.
Yeah, they are.
vegetables have less protein. A cup of vegetables has less protein, less than half of the protein that you get from
Oh my
cereal.
god! If you fucking tell me that cereal soup,
Did
I
you? Wait, did you actually confirm that though?
I'm googling it. Does that count?
So you
So
believe in
real quick, what do you think about the hot dog then, Jesus?
So no, because it has to be between 2 slices of bread.
So
That's
now
why I
hear
called
me
it a
out.
taco.
No.
So-
So hold
so
on.
the-
I need
so
you.
hold
Wait,
on.
Brad. No, 1 sec. 1 sec. Because he's disrespecting my culture. First of all, bro, so, a taco
is
is
true.
made out of tortilla. All right, and tortillas are not made in the oven,
Made of corn flour. Yeah.
but they're not made in the oven. You don't put a tortilla in the oven.
put
Okay,
it on a
that you
flat
put
pan,
bread
you
in the
cook with
oven.
You
your
don't put a
hands.
hot dog in the oven.
I mean, you
But,
could.
know,
No, with the
anyways,
bun you do.
So you could. That's another question I'm gonna have in a second. But all right, so you have the bun. What if the bun splits at the bottom? Does it then turn into a sandwich?
No, that just means
Because
you're
how
horrible.
often have you made a fucking homemade hot dog and the
It
shitty ass
splits on
buns
you.
from Walmart?
Okay, but how are
split
you
on
gonna not call a hot dog a sandwich, but like a cheesesteak would be like a sandwich? You know,
That's
So is a hot dog
so
a
that's
sandwich
why
then?
different
that's why
size
I
meat
also-
in between buns.
That's
you
why
know?
I also wanted to ask you that, because so this is my thing. So a traditional torta, right? That
Uh-huh.
it's not supposed to be split in two. There's this bun called a bolillo, and it's like the same thing as a hot dog, but you don't cut the bread all the way, but that's considered a sandwich. So like, how is a hot dog considered a sandwich? That's where I'm stuck at.
I don't know, dog.
Like I'm okay to say yes.
Like,
but-
before Brad and Billy say anything, I'm gonna go on this little like Mexican tangent with you real quick. How are I've only ever seen pambazos not fully cut, and
Right,
that's
exactly.
the same. That's the same bread bolillo with a sort of sauce mixed
Yep.
with it. Whereas tortas, I've always seen it cut completely. I've never seen it like halfway for a torta, unless you go out of your way making it at your house doing that.
So traditionally, it's supposed to be to where it cut just like a hot dog, where at the very ridge, it's not supposed to be split in two.
Interesting.
All right,
Traditionally,
now the white people get to talk. All right, hey, Billy. So when you eat a hot dog, do you put ketchup and mustard?
Absolutely. And
Also,
chili
Billy?
sometimes too.
Your,
I hope you're not in
uh,
Chicago.
Your little statement is wrong, Billy.
What about it being
the
a
protein.
chalupa?
For the protein from,
I
from a
know.
cup of
I just
cereal
went
and a
through.
cup
There's
of
different
veggies.
cereals. Yeah.
And you
there's a
weren't gonna
breakfast
say
cereal.
anything. You were just gonna keep it off the
No,
record.
it
huh?
still has 2.1 grams of protein in a cup of like cornflakes.
Also, hold on. Okay, going back to the bun though, like, isn't that just the bread cut differently? Like you were saying with like the bastos,
Right.
whatever the fuck you said. So like, at what point does the blade have to go to a certain point for it to be
So-
considered a hot dog or a
So
sandwich?
now, so if you ever look into like a menu, so this is where I start to believe, I start to question myself. Like, I'm not saying for the hot dog, for cereal, it's not fucking soup. I'm sorry, Billy, but a hot dog, that's where I question myself. That's where I question myself if my no will become a yes. But is there human error to where hot dog is considered a sandwich, because they put it in two different categories on a menu? You got hot dogs, and then you have sandwiches. You never see in a sandwich section, yeah, let me get a Polish dog real quick. Like, no, that doesn't happen. So why is it on its own separate section on a menu? Now you can tell me,
Now,
in the grocery store that it's in the same fucking place. All right, cool, whatever, but it's not on a menu in a restaurant.
but so
Subcategories.
now you're just getting to subcategories, right? So like, sandwich is the generalization, and then
Correct.
hot dog is a subcategory.
Right.
So, that could be said about basically everything.
Cereal and soup.
Like,
and...
I'm blanking on trying to think of what's higher up the chain. Like, you got the hot dog, but then you got the sandwich. What's above a sandwich?
No, the sandwich is the end all be all.
What
It's
is like
it's
a
like
loaf
a
of bread,
roasting-
and the loaf of bread comes from the wheat. So are you just eating like, if on a menu, should it just say wheat? Like crops,
Hmm.
Crops.
farmed goods.
flour, like. And then from there, fucking rainwater. What?
GMOs.
Irrigated water. There we go. That is the subclass that I want to look under by saying.
No, that's the macro
Thank you.
class.
That's the macro.
I mean, I
This
think
sounds like I'm going through like File Explorer.
I think like unless it ends up having its own name, like a torta or a hot dog or a hamburger, or cheeseburger, whatever, it's almost always going to be considered in the sandwich like range if it's in between buns.
Hold on. Okay, so real quick though, white boy wants to talk to Mexicans real quick. Explain to me what elotes is. Like
Corn.
to you guys, what? Just corn.
Elote, yeah.
Corn.
What is the little fucking candy thing that I like with the chile on it?
Like the little chile suckers?
Yeah, because isn't that also called like an elote or something like that, or like really close?
No, that's
No.
I don't think so.
No.
No, it does start with an E though, doesn't it?
Paleta? It's just paleta.
Well, I mean that could be what it is, but I swear to fuck, like I went to some Mexican's house one time and they gave me this piece of candy. Said this is an elote. Okay, thank you. I don't know what the fuck that means, but whatever.
Yeah.
They,
I wanna,
they could
I
be
want to
like
grill some fucking corn and make it.
they could be
Mexican style.
so if somebody like went to were they Mexican or Portuguese?
I don't fucking know.
Because Portuguese they pronunciate like stuff differently, but like it means almost the same thing.
They got like the same base language, but it's
Yeah.
Like interesting thing if you for you and Billy. So there's this company that makes different fillings for Twinkies that they make. It would be like the regular.
Is it because we're fat?
vanilla-
Is that why you're saying that?
No, just because of the
That's definitely
Is that
not
what it
why.
is?
That's
I mean,
definitely not
yeah,
why.
but no.
Yeah, you know they make churros with different fillings. Fuck you.
Yeah. Anyways, so it's usually like white, strawberry, or some other shit, but
Chocolate.
they call them submarinos, and not Twinkies.
What?
Well,
You never
okay,
heard of that, Jesus?
But Twinkie is the
Look
Twinkie is
that
the,
bitch up.
The brand.
I've never went to a 7-Eleven and
So,
looked up a fucking
back to
submarino.
the-
Hold on, let me
Back to
see.
the Mexican chili candy though. It's called a Vero Elota.
Elota. There we go.
That's different from elote,
corn-shaped
bro.
strawberry
Yes, it is.
flavored
I mean, okay,
lollipop
that's
covered with chili.
similar. Eat my ass.
It's close to it, but
I
you're
do.
telling
love that
me
shit.
you've never heard of submarinos, Jesus?
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I feel like I have heard it before, but I've never like if I look at a
I think I've actually
thing that looks
seen
like a
it before.
Twinkie, I'm going on a Twinkie.
Oh, is it one of like those like the
That's
what's
the
it called?
It's
trademark.
legit a Mexican Twinkie.
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah, I've
about
seen
those.
before.
And then there's
I haven't
there's
had
a
one of those
chocolate
in a
covered
minute.
one with strawberry in it that are called gancitos.
Gancitos I love. I'll eat those any day.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So you heard of those, but not the submarinos?
No, dude. Well, I've had them. I'm looking at the packaging now. I haven't had these in ages.
So hold on, if they were to translate, what's that fucking?
Wait, hold on. So it's not.
zombie
Wait,
movie?
hold on. Wait, I'm sorry. Azariel, it's submarinos.
Okay.
That's how it's pronounced. Submarinos or submarinos.
Right.
Submarinos.
Yeah.
I got confused for a second.
He said, "Damn."
I'm just not putting emphasis on that shit, dog.
Okay, cool. I was making sure. I was like submarinos. Wait a minute.
So if they translate Zombieland into Spanish, is he walking around like "Donde estás, my fucking submarinos"?
Yeah, basically.
It's a submarinos.
Well,
I
I mean-
guess the Mexican candy, depending on which one you got. The corn was the elotes. There's a mango, Vero mango. It's just like Dulces Vero.
Yeah. I don't know. I like all those. I just like chile shit on fucking anything. I like the little like they have like gobstoppers that are kind of like that, where the outside is just like a chile. You pop it in, and then it gets down to a sour part.
Brad, do you remember the it was think of like a thin layer of wrap and then just
Yeah.
like a really thinned out like piece of candy with like a lollipop or that stick attached to it. Do you remember what
Yeah.
those are called?
I don't.
It was slaps translated to cachetadas.
Oh. Okay. Because you guys had those. I mean, a couple times, I think, in your fucking pantry.
Yeah. I mean, anytime we go to Mexico, or my parents go to Mexico, they usually bring a fuckload of candy from there.
Hey Zeus, Z doesn't really eat candy, so whenever they go to Mexico and bring candy back, I'm the one that goes there just eats it all.
It's like every time that I've been there and Brad's been there, he's just been perched outside of the the cabinet, just like eating the candy.
Oh, all the fucking time, dude.
I'm like too
That's what-
scared to
but
reach
that's
in there
what-
and grab anything, and can't. Brad just by the handful, just.
The equivalent to that when Z would come over to my parents' house is he would take bread and then just put fucking chocolate syrup on it and eat that in front of me.
that was in high school.
Oh my god.
You know I have bread and chocolate syrup here, and you haven't done it.
this when I was younger than that, actually, I made a poor man's French toast. And what it was literally just toast slices of bread and put fucking syrup on it.
Nice.
Jeez.
I made chili cheese fries recently, which is so fucking good. So I made like my chili, which is like good, you know, but I chopped a jalapeno in it, and I ended up buying some like nacho cheese. But we got the Checkers fries, like the frozen Checkers fries,
Mhm.
and we put chili cheese over that. And it was fuck. I'm so hungry, guys.
Have you guys ever heard of a place called Tommy's?
No.
Never
No.
heard of it.
It might be a California chain. But it's a burger place and it's always like Tommy's and then a number. So, you know, it'd be like Tommy's number 23 or whatever. Great chili. Probably the best chili I've ever fucking had.
I'm a
granted,
chili
it was when I was
snob. I'm gonna go judge it.
I don't do
but
chili.
It
bro.
was so
Really?
you
No?
could get like chili cheese dog, chili hamburgers, chili fries. Like it was so good. We'd go every time we went to Barstow to the drive-in movie theater, we'd stop by Tommy's and we'd get it. So fucking good.
I want a chili dog from Portillo's now. But why you don't eat chili though?
Bro, I barely eat I barely eat a lot of shit anymore. So,
He barely eats. Look how skinny he is.
dude, I was oh my god, a few like almost less than a year ago, dude, I reached 300 pounds.
Damn.
Damn.
Dude, I reached 300 pounds, bro. So I'm not sure if you guys know, but I recently got sponsored by a company called Factor 75, and recently before then, I got sponsored by HelloFresh. And so I was in this movement of making a difference in my life of like promoting healthy eating. So
Right.
I like, dude, I barely eat like out anymore. Like it's been a while. Me and my wife just went out today for like a celebration. And we had, I'm not sure if you guys went Chamagaucha, the all you can eat steakhouse.
Never
Oh,
been.
yeah.
I'd like to though.
So we went there, but like I only eat like grilled chicken, broccoli, like vegetables, salmon, stuff like that. Dude, it's been a while since I've had Portillo's.
Yeah.
And like hot dogs, I don't eat anymore. Like I just don't eat hot dogs anymore. So-
On the flip side, I can't tell you the last time I had a vegetable.
Damn.
Which,
Damn.
which is kind of a true statement. I had a salad like, but I need to get more veggies in my diet, and I'm hoping like with the house move and like us having more room in the kitchen, I can experiment a little bit more. But like our fridge is like it's small and we always have it packed up with shit. So like me
Well,
making excuses for myself, you know. But like it'd be easier when I have you know the room to be able to do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But
So,
yeah, no, good for you.
So, before we finish this off, I want to go back to Billy fucking calling hot dogs.
Yeah,
Tacos?
tacos, asshole. Like that's not a thing.
but for any poor Mexican that ever listens to this podcast, let me know if you've ever had hot dogs but not the buns. So you actually heat up the tortillas and put the dog on there. With
That
ketchup.
is so funny because it's so true. That is so
a lot
true,
of
bro.
a lot of Mexican households growing up, they will always have hot dogs.
It's
they'll
called
al-
salchicha con
Yeah,
tortilla.
they'll always have
That's-
the weenies around, but no
No hot
bread,
dog
no
bun.
buns. Yeah. So, but hey, we got a fuckload of tortillas around, right? So,
When we didn't have buns, we just threw it in our mac and cheese.
yeah, I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Oh,
Save the
yeah.
hot dog water.
I don't want to believe it.
That's what carrot.
You never
is.
throw
Brad,
your,
we're-
hot
we're-
dogs in your mac and cheese?
Which one of you guys were the ones that said they put ketchup on their mac and cheese?
Kara.
That's Kara. Yeah.
Fucking blasphemous bitch. I hope she listens to this.
You know, it's funny when I dated
My
Hannah, she
fucking
did the same
fiance
fucking
puts
thing.
ketchup on her fucking mac and cheese. That is disgusting. That's like putting like even worse, but that's like putting fucking ketchup on your steak.
That's so back to the horror games.
You
Or-
tell me this
or-
isn't horror?
Yeah.
Horror games.
Yeah. So this is where the
That kind of
exorcisms come
podcast.
in.
There's a reason why we're doing a seance on a Foursquare.
Just sacrifice Kara. She's gonna be the one.
Yeah, in the middle, just in the middle. Kara's
Eating
in
her
the middle.
ketchup and cheese.
Oh shit! But what about the horror games?
No, that's exactly
No,
what I was
that's the
getting
joke.
at.
That's the joke he's making. That's a horror.
Whoosh! Fuck it. All right.
I got a viewer that says that they do that with sausages and cheese with mustard and tortillas
I mean, like,
instead of like a
that's
brat
some
with a
cheap shit, but like, okay.
Wait. Say that again one more time for clarification.
sausages and cheese with mustard in a tortilla.
What?
With mustard. What are you trying to throw some Chicago in there or something, dude?
You sound confused. That's not Chicago.
Yeah, that's my viewer.
Well, no, it's just the
Everybody
mustard
has
thing.
a right to an opinion. Yeah, that threw me off.
Doing mustard instead of ketchup. I'm just saying, like that's.
Well, so mustard is like that's just a thing where like mustard goes with like sausages, not just hot dogs, but like just sausages, whatever. Like,
But it doesn't go on tortillas.
Mustard is always good though.
you're not a lot goes on fucking
Sausages.
tortillas that us white people eat. You know.
You ever try tortilla and freaking Nutella?
No.
What?
I have. It's good.
No.
People make PB&J on tortillas.
Yeah. Tortilla and Nutella. Try it.
What?
You're blowing
call
my
that
mind.
This
bitch
is
an
the
uncrusted
first
baguette.
fucking time I'm
Blowing
hearing of those
my
two
mind
things.
right now.
Oh my
What
god!
you just
I bet you it's not even corn tortillas either. It's the fucking flour ones.
Oh, it's flour, 100%.
Absolutely. What would you use
Well,
corn
I mean,
tortilla for that?
PB&J and a
And
corn
it's
tortilla
nuked. It's
sounds
not even on the
disgusting.
stove. It's nuked.
It's in the microwave.
Hey, I put the wet paper towel over it. Okay.
Oh my god.
That's actually what I do if I like really need a cheap ghetto meal. Is I will take 2 tortillas, corn. I get both corn and flour, but I'll sprinkle like the shredded cheese on there. Throw a wet paper towel over that bitch. Throw it in the microwave.
Nice.
and then actually I'll actually get, because I have like salsa verde. I'll get salsa verde and some like sour cream, and I'll just fucking dip it in it.
Dude, the more that you talk, the more you blow my mind at this moment. Like,
That's not like a delicacy. That's like a fuck. It is 2 a.m. and I am. That might be what I fucking go get right now, because I don't have any food here. I have to go grocery shopping.
Listen, like I just said, I just got sponsored. So if you need to hit
What's
Discount code.
the
Factor
first one you
75.
said?
Factor 75.
Factor 75, I will say, is
Yeah.
it's a lot better
It's meal
in my
preps.
opinion than HelloFresh. Yeah, it's meal prep, because it's already pre-made for you. Versus HelloFresh, you have to make everything, like you have to cut everything and
You
make it
gotta worry
yourself.
about your ingredients and
Yeah.
spoiling and shit like that.
Gotcha. I do want to try a like one of those services just to get more ideas for meals. Because I feel like I eat the same like 10 meals a month, you know, and I just alternate between them.
No, dude,
I wanna
it's nice, bro. It's nice, especially like for like healthy eating. Dog, like I paid $60 for 8 meals. Like, and I'm talking about like, yeah, dude, salmon, like Parmesan chicken, like stuff like that. It's dope.
So for Factor 45, $60.
I'll send you
Factor
the
75.
I'll send you the code.
And you got to use his promo code.
Yeah, that's how you get the discount.
Yeah, it gives you a nice fat discount, so you're paying $60 a month for 10 meals.
First time only though, right?
It's a few times.
Yeah, it's like the first 5 bucks.
It progressively like gets a little bit more expensive, but to me it's worth it.
And then when you're done with that, use Billy's code for Factor.
Which actually adds money on.
I'm not sponsored by these guys. Pay for more. Fuck you.
Hey, just let me mooch off you real quick.
Aren't you Mr. Moneybags?
I don't know what you're talking about, Billy.
Aren't you the one
You're the-
starting a job where you make like $400K a month?
He's literally the richest one out of all of us
I don't know what
until
you're
I
talking
start
about,
my
dude.
job. Then we'll see.
No, he was
See how much
until
I make
AMC
to eat.
tanked.
No, well, I mean, he was a millionaire before AMC tanked. Then it tanked, and now he's still like the breadwinner.
Right.
of
Nah,
our
dude, I'm
friend
telling
group.
you, crypto, Dogecoin, it's gonna fucking rocket, my
Going to
guy.
the
Shut
moon.
your mouth. Shut your mouth.
No, I'm just speaking for Brad. He's the one with Dogecoin.
Oh.
It's pronounced
I put
Dogecoin.
in $100 last year, and I've never touched it since.
Why didn't you pull out when it was at its prime for the
Does
one
he
time?
look
it
like
was
the
on?
kind of guy
He
to
doesn't
pull
know how to
out?
pull
The
out.
prime of
Right.
32 cents or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck it was.
look
Yeah.
at Brad and tell me he knows how to pull out.
All right, come on now.
Out of the three of you, am least likely to have a kid, so fuck you.
You're
Billy's,
most likely.
Billy's a fucking idiot. This guy's married.
Wait,
Z,
wait a second.
I mean, well, Z's
on my screen, you were pointing to Jesus when you said Billy's a fucking idiot.
I got Billy here. I got Jesus here and Z here.
Yeah.
He pointed the same direction twice for me and Zara.
Yeah, here. Corner.
I think his
Okay.
monitor is so small because he's on his laptop.
That's what it is.
Hey, do you have any codes for free cards?
What was that? Did it pick you up?
Yeah.
Can I just get like a 3090? Like, you work at Best
Oh,
Buy,
for
right?
graphics
That's
cards? Yeah.
the
Right.
kind of shit you get.
But,
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
told you, Brad. As soon as I get a new computer, you'll get mine.
Z said the same thing.
Give it a couple months.
I
When the
will
new graphics
combine
cards,
them.
when the new
Wow,
graphic
as-
cards drop,
as
I'm gonna
soon
buy
as I get it.
Actually,
Which,
I
who
gotta
knows
admit to you
when that's
guys,
gonna happen.
I bought Felipe's computer.
So,
Yeah, at least it's
hey,
getting
that
used.
motherfucker still owes me fucking half.
Yeah, actually, no. I feel like Brad's gonna use it even less.
Jesus.
I'll use it for
Christ.
work. I'll tell you.
It's gonna
Oh,
break down on
God.
his first day of work. But, well, boys, if you got nothing else to talk about, this has been a fun one. Thank you for joining us, Jesus.
Yes, sir.
And,
Too bad Mike couldn't join us.
yeah. Maybe
Fuck
next
that
time.
guy.
Yeah, fuck you,
Fuck
Anselmo.
that guy.
I
Fuck
miss
Mike.
you.
This has
I
been
thought
I
you
love
were-
you
your
and I miss you.
Nonsense Podcast. Thank you all for watching. Deuces.